Beginner-friendly romanization of Korean lyrics in songs from Kpop Demon Hunters for native North American English speakers. Hello! As the title suggests, this video is for native North American English speakers who are new to Korean romanization. I decided to make it because I noticed that some of the romanizations of Korean lyrics in songs from K-pop Demon Hunters don't seem to match how they sound in English. For instance, there's "ah" in the Korean lyrics, and it does sound like "ah" in English too, but in the lyrics it's written as "eo", which I assume is based on the official Korean romanization. If you're not familiar with that system, it might not come across as "ah". So in this video, I'm representing "ah" as "ah", not "eo". However, there will be times when my way of romanizing doesn't match either. First, I'm not a language specialist, and second, some Korean letters and words just can't be accurately written in English. When a Korean word has one of these consonants, g, d, b, s, j, and these vowels, ya, I need to make up a word to match the sound, which could be a little confusing, even more in some cases. For the rest of the words, I'll do my best to match them with the closest English equivalents. And it's totally okay if you can't pronounce the Korean words perfectly. As you can probably tell, my English isn't perfect either. Not even close, far from it. Nobody's going to judge you, especially Koreans. There's bad apple in every bunch, but most Koreans will appreciate you just for trying. Let's start with the song Golden. Golden contains 4 parts of Korean lyrics. 어두워진 앞길 속에 끝없이 영원히 깨질 수 없는 밝게 빛나는 우리. 어두워진 앞길 속에, which means darkness fell over the road ahead, or in short, darkness fell ahead. Is do is do, as in Scooby-Doo, wo is wo, jin is jin, as in Jinny, or Jin from BTS. Up is up, as in option or optical. Gil is Gil, as in Gil and Gilmore. Sok is sok, is However, when you say sok and together, it sounds more like soge. Ge, as in get and gecko. Now put them all together. 어두워진 앞길 속에. That was easy, but unfortunately, it's not gonna be like this all the time. Next one is 끝없이, meaning no end or forever. So 끝없이 on stage means forever on stage. 끝 is one of those tricky ones with sounds that don't exist in English. Its actual sound is close to cut without the U, like cut. But here it sounds more like k in crazy and crust because it blends into the next letter up. Up is up, E is E. The sound of 없이 changes too, like 덥시. When you say the whole word, it comes out as 끝없이. 끝없이, 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 끝없이 on stage. Next one is 영원히 깨질 수 없는, which means never be broken forever. 영 is 영, one is one, he is he. 밝게 sounds close to ke as in keg and kettle. Jill is Jill as in Jillian. Sue is Sue or Sue. Up is up. 는 is 는 as in linen. Altogether, 영원히 깨질 수 없는. Lastly, 밝게 빛나는 우리, which means we shine brightly together. 발 is 발 as in ballerina. 개 is 개 as in get and gecko. But in this case, it sounds more like ke as in keg and kettle. Bit is bit, but it sounds more like bin in this case. Na is na. 는 is 는 as in linen. U is u. Li is li as in listen and limit. But here it sounds closer to ri as in ribbit. That's because uli would sound like woolly, whereas uri is closer to the actual sound. So put them all together, 밝게 빛나는 우리. Move on to another song, How It's Done. This song also contains 4 parts of Korean lyrics. 뼛속부터 달라서 부르비쳐 다 비켜 내 앞길을 뺏겨 갑자기 왜 그래 먼저 건드려 왜 이제야 포기해. Starting with 뼛속부터 달라서, which means different from the core of the bones, or in short, different to the core. 뼈 means bone or bones. There are no English words that match 뼈 sound. The closest one I can think of right now is 표, which can mean the sound of a finger gun and one of those long benches in a church. We can also make up a word for 뼈 by combining p and together, which makes 표. Whether it's 표 or 표, hit the p a little harder, like 표 or 표. 속 is 속, 부 is 부, 터 is 터 as in tug and tunnel, dal is dal as in Dalmatian, la is la, so is so as in such and supper. Altogether, 뼛속부터 달라서. 뼛속부터 달라서 불을 비춰 다 비켜 내 앞길을 뺏겨, which means point the light, step aside, I'll take your way. 불 is 불. 을 sounds close to all as in ultra. However, 불을 sounds close to 부를. If you pronounce rule without the u, like rul, it sounds even closer. B is B. 초 sounds close to cha as in chubby. Da is da. B is B again. 켜. There are no English words that match 켜 sound. We will run into the same problem later again, and it always happens with ya. The ya sound itself can be found in English words like young, yummy, yuck, etc. However, when it's combined with consonants, no English words sound similar. In this case, we have to make up a word by putting ki and together and pronouncing them as a single word like kya. You can also try kya and try not to pronounce it as q. 네 is 네 as in negative. Up is up as in option. Gil is gil, but at this time it's pronounced as ki as in give and gift. ul sounds like rule here again, or rul without the u. back sounds like back, but with a harder B. 겨, here we go again, a letter with 여. We need to make up a word. Put 기 and together and pronounce them as a single word like 겨. Just like 겨, but with a G. However, in this case, it's similar to györ in figure, but without the R sound. Put them all together. 불을 비춰 다 비켜 내 앞길을 begg여. 갑자기 왜 그래? Which means, what's with you all of a sudden? Or, where did that come from? 먼저 건드려 왜? Which means, you hit me first, why? Or, you're picking a fight, why? 갑 is 갑, as in shut your gap. I'm sure we've all heard this at least once or twice from movies and video games. 자 is 자, as in Java and Jasmine. 기 is 기, as in gift and give. 왜 is 왜, as in Wednesday and Wendy's. 그 is the same 그 sound without the vowels, as in great and grow. Rare is rare, a drop of golden sun. Mon is mon, as in mundane and munchkin. 저 is 저, as in judge and justice. gun is gun. 드 is the 드 sound, as in drive and drip. 려, again with the letter 여. Put 리 and together and pronounce them as a single word, like 려, 려. 왜 is 왜 again. Put them all together. 갑자기 왜 그래? 먼저 건드려 왜? Move on to next. 이제야 포기해. What? Which means give it up now. What? E is E. 제 is 제, as in Jedi and jelly. 야 is 야. 포 is 포, as in pony and police. 기 is 기 again, as in gift and give. 해 is 해, as in 헤헤헤. Altogether, 이제야 포기해. What? Move on to another song, Take Down. This song also contains 4 parts of Korean lyrics. 정신을 놓고 널 짓밟고 칼을 새겨놔. 당당하게 어둠 앞에 다가서 다 무너뜨려. 나를 속이려 하지 마. 영혼 없는 네 목숨을 끊으라. 정신을 놓고 널 짓밟고 칼을 새겨놔. Which means, I'll stun you, crush you underfoot, and carve you into my sword. Not sure if I understood the Korean lyrics right. 정 is 정, as in jungle. Don't be confused with young in car young. Shin sounds close to shin, as in shin guards. Sounds close to all, as in ultra. However, 신을 is pronounced as shinel in this case, which rhymes with tunnel and or channel or funnel. Note is note, go is go, but 놓고 together sounds like 놓고. Null is null, jit is jit, as in jitter. Bal is bal, as in ballerina. Go is go again. Kal is kal or Carl. Sound changes to rule again because of a call. Therefore, Karl sounds close to Karul. 세 is 세, as in second. 겨 is 겨 again, a combination of gi and and pronounce it as gya. Na is close to na. The closer pronunciation will be saying noa quickly as if it were one syllable, like noa. Put them all together. 정신을 놓고 널 짓밟고 가를 새겨 나. 당당하게 어둠 앞에 다가서 다 무너뜨려, which means step into the dark and take them all down. 당, since there are no English words for 당, I combined da with the 응 sound to make 당. Ha is ha, ge is ge as in get and gecko, is doom is doom, up is up as in option, is however, 앞에 is pronounced as 앞에, 배 as in pet. 다 is 다, 가 is 가 as in Lady Gaga, 서 is 서 as in such and supper, 다 is 다 again, mu is mu, no is no. T sounds close to t sound as in tree and tray. Rya is Rio again. Put ri and together and pronounce them as a single word like Rya. All together, 당당하게 어둠 앞에 다가서 다 무너뜨려. 나를 속이려 하지 마, which means don't try to fool me. 나 is 나, 를 sounds close to rule. If you pronounce rule without the u, like 를, it sounds even closer. 속 is 속, e is e, but 속이 sounds like 속이. 려 is 려 again. Put ri and together and pronounce them as a single word like 려. Ha is ha, G is G as in jigsaw, ma is ma as in mamma mia, 나를 속이려 하지 마. 영혼 없는 네 목숨을 끊으라, meaning to end your soulless life. 영 is young, 혼 is hon, up is up, but here it sounds like 는 is 는 as in linen, ni is ni. 목, since there are no English words for 목, I combined m and 옥 to make 목. Another suggestion is 목. Sum is sum, which is zoom with an S. Sounds like as in ultra. However, 수무 sounds like 수무. 끊으라. This one has a couple of letters that can't be romanized, such as 그 and 으. However, the overall pronunciation is not as difficult as others. It starts with a k sound as in crazy and crust, followed by nu as in nude and numerous, and finally raw as in rush and rust. Put together 끊으라. Put everything together. 영혼 없는 네 목숨을 끊으라. Let's move on to Saja Boy's songs, starting with Soda Pop. The song has 9 parts of Korean lyrics. 마시고 마셔봐도 성에 차지 않아. 너의 모든 걸 난 원해 원해 원해. 너 말곤 모두 뻔해 뻔해 뻔해. 지금 당장 날 봐 시간 없잖아. 넌 내 거야 이미 알고 있잖아. 꿈속에 그려왔던 너, 난 절대 놓칠 수 없어. 널 원해 꼭. 마시고 마셔봐도 성에 차지 않아. Meaning, no matter how much I drink, I can never be satisfied. Let's start with 마시고 마셔봐도, which means no matter how much I drink. Ma is ma, as in Mamma Mia. She sounds like she, but in this case it's close to she. Go is go. Ma is ma again. Sha is sha, as in shuffle or shut. Ba. The actual pronunciation is closer to ba, or to say boa quickly as one syllable like ba. However, in this case, it could also be heard as ba. Doe is doe, a female deer. Put them together, 마시고 마셔봐도. 성에 차지 않아, which means I can never be satisfied. 성 is song, as in sing, sang, song. 에 is 에. 차 is cha, as in cha, cha, cha. G is G, as in jigsaw. An sounds like an, as in antagonist. A is a. However, Anna sounds close to Anna. Put them together, 성에 차지 않아. Altogether, 마시고 마셔봐도 성에 차지 않아. 너의 모든 걸 난 원해, 원해, 원해. Meaning, I want all of you or everything about you. 너 is no, as in nudge or nugget. 의, there are no English words that match this pronunciation. The closest sound would be 에 in this context. 모 is 모. 든 sound closest to dun, or dun as in Gordon or Brandon. gal is gal. 난 is 난. 원 is 원. 해 is 해. 너의 모든 걸 난 원해, 원해, 원해. 너 말곤 모두 뻔해, 뻔해, 뻔해. Meaning everyone else isn't special except you. Or you are the only one who's special. 너 is 너. 말 is mal, as in malfunction. 곤 is 곤. 모 is 모. Do is do. 뻔, the closest sound is pun. The actual sound has a stronger and harsher P. 뻔, pun. 뻔, pun. 해 is 해. 너 말곤 모두 뻔해, 뻔해, 뻔해. 지금 당장 날 봐, 시간 없잖아. Which means, come see me right now. We don't have much time. G is G again. 금, there are no words for this. Try combining g sound as in great and sound, which makes 금. 당 is 당. 장 is 장, which is a combination of ja as in Java and the sound. Nal sounds close to nal as in knowledge or nal as in original. Ba, ba or ba again. She is she. Gan is Gan as in Gandhi. I'm sure everyone knows this name. Up is up. Jan is Jan or Jan. Is a. Put them together. 지금 당장 날 봐. 시간 없잖아. 넌 내 거야. 이미 알고 있잖아. Which means you are mine. You know that already. None is none. 내 is 내. 거 sounds like 거 or 거 as in couple or courage. 야 is 야. 이 is 이. me is me. Al is al as in Al Capone. Go is go. It is it. John is John. is Put them together. 넌 내 거야. 이미 알고 있잖아. 꿈속에 그려왔던 너, which means you are the one I dream about. 꿈 is kum, like boom with a K. 속에 is 속에 again. 그 is 그 as in great. 려, it's 려 again. Put 리 and together and pronounce them as a single word like 려. What is what? Done is done as in done this. 너 is 너 as in nudge and nugget. 꿈속에 그리워왔던 너. 난 절대 놓칠 수 없어, which means I truly can't lose you. 난 is 난. 절 sounds like 절, a combination of 저 as in just or juggle and the L sound. 대 is 대 as in debit. Note is note. Chill is chill. However, no chill actually sounds like no chill. 수 is 수. Up is up. Is 없어 actually sounds like 없어. 난 절대 놓칠 수 없어. 널 원해 꼭, meaning I want you madly. null is null, one is one, 해 is 해. 꼭 sounds close to 꼭. 널 원해 꼭. Let's move on to your idol. There are 7 parts of Korean lyrics. 끝없이, 내 황홀에 취해, 빛이 나는, 계속 외쳐, 낫지 않는, 나를 위해 넌 존재하는 이 순간. 끝없이 in your head, meaning forever in your head. We've already covered 끝없이. 내 황홀에 취해, you can't look away. 내 황홀에 취해, which means mesmerized by my charm, you can't look away. 내 is 내, as in negative. 황, there is no exact word for this, but the last name of the creator of Squid Game is Hwang. There is a chance you might have heard this at least once. Hole is whole or whole. Hwang hole. This may sound like a mouthful to native English speakers because it has an ng sound. Try not to overemphasize the ng sound in Hwang. Pronounce it lightly. That's how Koreans usually say the ng sound. For your reference, Standard Korean, based on the Seoul dialect, is relatively monotone compared to English and other languages. Other dialects do have stronger accents and more varied intonation. 의 here sounds like 에 too, but it changes to re because of 황홀. So overall, it sounds like 황홀에. Chi sounds close to chi, as in chin and chip. The actual sound is more like saying chewy quickly as one syllable like chi. 해 is 해. 내 황홀에 취해. 빛이 나는 fame 계속 외쳐 I'm your idol. 빛이 나는 means dazzling. 계속 외쳐 means keep shouting. Beat is beat, E is E, but beach together sounds like beach. Na is na, nun is nun as in linen. Ge is ge as in get and gecko. Sok is sok, where is where as in Wednesday or Wendy's. Cha is cha as in chubby. Altogether, 빛이 나는 fame 계속 외쳐 I'm your idol. 낫지 않는 fever. 낫지 않는 means lingering or unrelenting. Not is not. G is G as in jigsaw. An is an as in antagonist. Nun is nun as in linen. 낫지 않는. 낫지 않는 fever making you a believer. 나를 위해 넌 존재하는 idol, which means you are here existing for me as my idol. 나를 is na rule. If you pronounce rule without the U like rule, it sounds even closer. We is we, 해 is 해, none is none, John is John as in Indiana Jones, 제 is 제 as in Jedi and jelly, 하 is 하, nun is nun as in linen, 나를 위해 넌 존재하는 idol. 이 순간 give me all your attention. 이 순간 means right this moment. E is E, soon is soon, gan is gan as in Gandhi. 이 순간 give me all your attention. That's it for all the songs with Korean lyrics in Kpop Demon Hunters. I know I'm late to the party, but I still hope there are people who find this video useful. You may still have some trouble pronouncing some of the made-up words that I created, or feel that some of the English words I used for Korean sounds like bun are far-fetched. I totally understand, and if that's the case, I suggest mimicking the sounds by listening repeatedly without reading the words. If you spot any mistakes in the video or can think of English substitute words that match the sound of the Korean words better, feel free to share them in the comments. Just keep in mind that they should be readable and understandable for beginners. Thanks for watching.